Rightio, welcome ladies and gentlemen to On Loose Lines, back again for another weekend. It's a little bit more of a random show to the other couple of shows that I do. If you saw how quickly I was setting up or not setting up just then, you'd even find it even funnier. But anyway, we are good to go now. I'm just going to try and, I might just need to move something, but I'll worry about that in a sec as we're going along. I'll try and manoeuvre a couple of these things. Anyway, we'll worry about that as we're going along. Big show, rightio. As always, plenty of talk with my sponsors, please. NZB Standardbreds, of course, the weanling sale takes place at Karaka Thursday, May 23rd at the Karaka Sales Complex in New Zealand. Going to be a very, very big weekend. I'll touch on that a couple of times. I'll probably touch on it a little bit later on as well. Plus, we've got some special updates there as well. Barrastock, of course, Furlong, one of the new fortified feeds. Contact the team at Barrastock Horse for all your information. We're going to do a few more things there with Barrastock as well. One of the great friends of mine, they do have the back banner mainly because they're the only ones with a core flute, but of course they do have that there. Harasta Trotters, again, great supporters of mine. They're sponsoring the Harasta Trotters Oaks at Menangle this Saturday night at Menangle for the Pacing for Pink night. It's going to be a big night of racing. They've got three runners in themselves, I'm Ready Jet and Revelstoke in the MacArthur Mile, and then Preferred Love in the Oaks. So good luck to those guys there with that. Nutrien. Mark Barton's going to come on a little bit later on. Of course, nominations close for the Winter Woolies sale on the 6th of May, so not too long now to get your entries in. We've got some exciting announcements actually with our first special guest when she comes on. And then also Woodland Stud, who have got 41 yearlings in the May 23rd NZB Standardbred sale. Interesting little side note to Woodlands, and yep, they got the hat up there. Of course, this hat here, anyone that doesn't watch the Talking for Trotters show, better put it in the right spot, eh? Lara J Farms, that's signed by Stig Johansson, Greg Sugars and Jess Tubbs, it turns out. So it's a bit more of a collector's item. That hat, going to do something with a charity and going forward. So if anyone has an idea on what we can or should do with that hat, please give me some information going on there. The other hat, and I'm going to talk about this hat here in a second as well, but the Woodlands hat is out with the old and in with the old and the new. So the brand new rebranding, the old designs. They had the Sweet Lou hats. I don't think I got a Seaside one. I don't think I did because it was a fluoro yellow. I wasn't all that keen on that one. But yeah, they've rebranded the new hats, and Mark Hughes was here yesterday, of course, talking about the NZB draft, sorry, the Woodlands draft in the NZB weanling sale. So, of course, they've got a huge number of horses. But Woodland Stud in the Oaks on Saturday night have got 8 of the 11 runners. In the Queen of the Elizabeth II Ladyship Mile, I suppose we'll call it for the traditionalists, 5 of the 10, and then in the Pink Bonnet, 4 of the 8 runners really stamping themselves right across the board. Of course, champion horse Sweet Lou, and I believe one of Sweet Lou's sons was already accepted for the Eureka, which I will get onto that later on. Anyone that's watching, they know how the show works. Get involved via the comments section. And please join in. We can send the show any way we want. I do try to just have a little bit of fun with this show. It is definitely not as Robert Dangerfield. I got excited there for a minute. It's not as structured, if you like, as Talking Trotters with Greg Sugars and that, but definitely want to have fun, raise any highlights. We're going to go on Jet Watch, actually. Jet Turnbull as well tonight. 96 winners in 10 months of driving. He's got 6 drives tonight at Bathurst, which is just an amazing feat for the young man. He drives at 20%, so at Bathurst, he didn't win the first, Amanda. In fact, the Turnbulls filled the first 2 spots, but young Jet happened to run last, actually, so it was retired out of the event. So big build-up, but I'm sure he's going to crack 100. It took me a lifetime to drive 100 winners. He's going to do it in under 12 months. Amazing achievement from a young man. They've got some great young people in New South Wales at the minute. Zara, Fitzpatrick as well, driving up a storm, and this young man's doing an awesome job. So yeah, we'll keep a little eye on their races there at Bathurst as well. So just to see how he is going, Sebastian Carmichael. I'm sure Sebastian's heading to Pacing for Pink on Sunday. Don't forget that that's one of the main focuses we've got coming up as well. So that'll be on this Sunday coming up. So make sure you get involved. And if you want to buy any of the clothing, I was trying to find it and I've got it actually here. You can go to jujubisaddlery.com.au and you can buy any of the hats and merchandise you see there. Tote coolers, bucket hats, beanies will be well and truly. I was at Shepparton last night. Lisa Miles, hello to you. Michelle Arnott, hello to you. Doug McLennan, hello to you. Going forward, so I was there the other day. They've got plenty of stuff going there as well. So all the drivers for the 1st of May, they'll be driving in pink pants tonight. So, yep, which will be very, very important. We'll get on to a lot of that other stuff too. Don't forget they've got the silent auction as well. I'll touch on those towards the end of the show. You would have seen it all last week and we'll have a little bit of fun as well. And the other one, Jack Butler, hello to you, mate. I trust you're feeling well. Don't forget that to go to the GoFundMe page at the Creek. I'm sure that's not why Jack tuned in, but hello to you and always enjoy your interaction with me shows, mate. So I definitely hope you're feeling better and things are going the right direction for you. We'll catch up with you one day, not over the phone. We'll do it in person, but that's okay. Going from there, Darren Clayton, with the release of the Leap to Fame cards at Menangle. This was inspired by these set of runners, and I found them the other day. These are actually Greg Sugars' runners. That's his Blacks Are Fake, I believe, the horse. And yeah, he got a set of those. So that's what spurred him on a little bit, if you like. So any of your random collectibles, if you like, that you might have out there and can get them involved, please feel free to get involved. Send me through something that you really do enjoy. Right, we're going to have Jackie Gibson. The other thing is too, we're going to start promoting some of these hats. Can't wear this one much longer because it is a little bit small. They made 2 of them. I've got a better version of it over here. But yeah, we're definitely going to. This is actually Gusdolphin, beautifully branded, nice hat. Just made for someone with a little bit smaller head than myself. But yeah, very, very well finished. And we'll touch on those hats because we're going to have fun. We'll end up with hats. We'll end up with stubby holders. We've got the glasses for pacing for pink. We'll put something on the bonce so it's not as bright and glary for everyone else out there. And we're going to make our first phone call to our first person, Jamie Hogan. Hello to you. Trust you're well. And hopefully she will answer the phone. Actually, we better do one thing first. Always so organised with these things. It could be good to go. Just got to make sure I've connected up to the proper unit before I try to ring. Going from there, so of course, big racing in New Zealand as well coming up in the next few days over there as well. So make sure that we'll go from there. Random text message, but that's okay.
Hi, Paul.
Jackie Gibson, hello to you. How and thank you very much for joining me.
Oh, you're most welcome. Pleasure to be with you.
I'm very organised as always, Jackie. I'm getting text messages while I'm talking to you and a few other things. I want to touch off on a few things, but thank you very much for joining me and really appreciate you giving me the time. So big week coming up for Club Menangle.
It's a huge week, and it doesn't all happen in a week, you know, with any of these organising of these big events. The team and the promo team at Menangle just done such a great job for pacing in pink on the night, and it'll be great.
It will indeed, and it's I think it fits in so well, the rejigging, if you like, of the Ladyship Cup and those to fit in with it. I've done some banners. Geez, I've got to get myself better organised. One day I will, Jackie. Of course, it is this Saturday night, May the 4th, Pacing for Pink night. The drivers will be in pink. There's a lady drivers race on the night. There's 2 oaks, of course, the pacing and the trotting oaks. There's the Ladyship Mile, and then there's also the MacArthur Mile for the female, the mare trotters as well. So it's a massive night of racing.
The Ladyship it's not the Ladyship anymore. It's
Queen Elizabeth.
Prize Easy Feed, the Queen Elizabeth II Mile.
Yes.
And it's I think it's a great name for this race, and it's something that everybody wants to win, don't they? You know, go from the Oaks and then straight into the here I am saying it now, the Queen Elizabeth.
It is hard, yeah. It's a prize easy feeds. Queen Elizabeth, the 2nd mile. It's a Group 1 time-honoured race. Drawn an amazing amount of mares and that. So from the club's point of view, the rejigging, retiming of this race clearly hasn't affected the quality of horses that you've been able to attract.
Oh, absolutely not. And part of it was to shorten up the first part of the carnival, which is, chariots and Miracle Mile and so on. And then this is giving May in itself is become sort of like Ladies' Month, I suppose you could say, or like it's the whole month of pink, and it's totally focused on the mares and fillies racing, and it's really great to see them being showcased like this.
It is, and you're right. The pink pants and the breast cancer. One of the comments that Donna quite regularly says is that no one really hasn't been touched by breast cancer in some way or some manner. So
that's so true, and all forms of cancer, but particularly breast cancer. And I think sometimes too we forget about the men can have breast cancer as well.
yep.
So it's an important thing, that everybody is so aware.
Yeah, and we want to get the message out there. And it is, this can sound silly. I sort of hate saying it the way I do it, but it is also a celebration of ladies in our sport because, people get the pink pants. Pink is associated as a lady's colour. It's not a sexist thing. We don't want all the woke people blowing up at me and all the rest, but it is associated with the lady people of the world, not just harness racing either.
Yeah. Well, that's right. It goes way back, before we all became so politically correct, blue for boys and pink for girls. So it's one of those things. Pink's a feminine colour. It's lovely. So, yeah, what a way to celebrate all the women within our industry, I think.
Yep, it is indeed. Pride's great supporters of harness racing. They sponsor the Victoria Cup. Last I looked, anyway. I hope they do still, but they do. Of course, I'm sponsored by Barristock. I don't mind pumping other people up though. But Pride's doing an awesome job. Great for Club Menangle for them to come on board with this biggest race for you guys.
Oh, it's wonderful to have, wonderful to have their support and their sponsorship, and there'll be representatives from Pride's there on the night. So, I should imagine anybody that's got any questions, certainly go and have a chat to them about it.
Yep, the field they've drawn I would imagine from a board member of Club Menangle, Jackie, you are over the moon with. As an owner of a horse that drew the 8-hole, you're probably a little bit frustrated with. It's an amazing field of mares, isn't it?
Isn't it? Isn't it a great bunch of mares? Any one of those mares has the right to win this race. It'll just come down to how they do race, what their manners are like, and so on. But just to be for us to be written and listed with these other mares, it's such a buzz. It's a real buzz for me.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, it has to be, and it helps with the breeding. It helps. It's starting to get into the off season. Of course, I'm going to talk to Mark Barton a little bit later on about winter woolies. I'm going to talk to you about winter woolies actually as well. But it's a little bit of the off season, but keep these mares at the forefront. A few of these mares, like Ladies in Red, this is pretty much her swan song. This might be her last trip to Menangle actually, so it might be the last opportunity.
Yeah, and it's great to be able to see them racing. And she's now 7, so for her to keep racing for this long, it's really fantastic. And it's a huge buzz to see them. And when we look back and we'll go through and people will talk about these mares when we're selling yearlings, from them and so on. So it's so very important.
Yeah, it is. And I know some guys, a lot of the guys who own Manhattan, a horse from down south in the bottom of New Zealand, I'm tipping a few of them are going to be there. So it's a pretty important race on everyone's calendar, which is what we're after. The John Gibson Memorial, New South Wales Oaks. Well, two things. One, they looked after you, the barrier draw even better here, but also another real high quality field. Obviously, they didn't read the stipulations when you become a board member. You draw 1 and 1, Jackie, because they didn't do that for you, did they?
No, certainly not. And I didn't read that anywhere. I must go back through and have a little look at that. And again, we're just so chuffed that we're in a race, with this calibre of fillies, coming through, like Luxord Turner and Very Pretty, and they're great mares. Millwood Bliss, isn't she a hot filly? So to be involved in any of those fillies, the same thing, they could win the race, any of them. It'll just come down to how they go in the race. that's going to be how it is. So, but as I said, just to be involved and to know that these fillies and mares will be coming through, and their stock will be available to purchase perhaps through sales and things like that, and it is really exciting.
It is, and we'll say there about the celebration of the ladies, and there's a lady drivers race on. There's three female trainers in this field as well, with Emma Thompson, Chantel Turpin and Marg Lee involved in it too. So, again, celebrating the ladies of our sport. We undersell the trainers. There's so many great trainers out there. Chantel Turpin and Pete McMullen, they're bringing a great team of horses to this whole meeting.
Haven't they?
Yeah.
They have. They've certainly been, great supporters of Club Menangle, which is wonderful to see. And why wouldn't you want to get down here and race on this beautiful big track that the track guys work so hard on? And I know Wano and his team, they don't leave any stone unturned to make sure that it's in tip top condition.
Tried to get Wano on last week, and there's a bit of confusion because he actually...
I thought I heard something ridiculous about he was running. Is that right?
Yep, and he tried to tell me adamantly that he definitely was running. So, yeah, so...
There may need to be an inquiry, a full inquiry into that, I'd say.
There will be indeed. I actually have my Woodlands man, Mark Hughes. He's about to jet off on a little bit of a holiday, but he's tuned in. He's been very cheeky, calling me Mr. Hollywood on the YouTube feed. Please get involved via the comments. Ask Jackie any comments you like, or get involved in the show, plus on the YouTube page, and go from there. The trotters. This is one thing that's close to my heart. I think to grow our sport, we need to really keep growing the trotters. We'll stay with the MacArthur Mile for a start.
Yep.
The mares. You've got a champion mare like Queen Elida, I'm Ready Jet, two of the best mares we've probably seen for a long time, going head to head again. Some up and comers, a horse like She's Ruby Roo, and that it's so good for New South Wales trotters to have a high quality mares race like this on the bigger stage, and it's not making up the numbers of the field. It's a leg of the quaddie because it's such a great race.
It's a full field,
Yep.
full field. So it's wonderful to see the trotters coming through, and there's some lovely money available for the trotters now too. And certainly there's nothing that would steer you away from having a trotter in your race team at all.
No, definitely.
And I just see here, Funky Monkey. She's back. It's lovely that it's such a cool name as well. That she gets a lot of crowd support.
Yeah, which is with a name like that. There's quite a few with the NZ moniker on next to their name as well. But I saw Majestic Trio. I think she won a trial the other day now with Jared Alch, and she's changed stables because I think anyone wondering why that is, Brad Hewitt was saying she has floating troubles. So because most of her racing's at Menangle, he chose to leave her there. So she's a Group 1 winning mare. She won a Group 1 race almost this time last year. So in Queensland. So so she's a mare that you probably can't forget about. One race, Jackie, and I am going to actually put this up onto the feed because it is great supporters of mine, harassed the trotters, so I'm okay with that part of it. I've got to make sure I hit the right buttons here. Yep, we got it here. But this is the New South Wales Trotters Oaks, but there's one problem. Victoria can nearly lay claim to every horse in this field. We need to change this for the New South Wales people, that's for sure.
It will change. There's a lot of support coming from New South Wales, over the next couple of years. So, they'll be there, and you just never know. We could even have we got a New South Wales horse in there? We have.
Well, Kev Pizzito's got We Can Have It All, but so where I can say we can claim it is Jane Davies was training it up until 2 weeks ago. So we could we could claim that one, but
we'll have that one.
Yeah. So, but then the rest of them are pretty much Victorian trained horses. Blake Fitzpatrick's got the first emergency, but it doesn't matter because I think it's a celebration of the trotters, celebration of what the night's about.
Exactly. Well, we can turn it. We can put a little bit of a swing there, and let's go for the drivers. We've got some New South Wales drivers in there.
Not many.
That could be.
Robbie Morris, Josh Gallagher, Blake Fitzpatrick who's on the emergency, Lukey McCarthy. That's it.
Yeah, what about Nathan Jack? He's New South Wales, isn't he?
for you.
No, he's not.
The king,
He's not.
the
He's
king of
Riverina boy, but he's now over the thing.
What's he called? King of Yun Curry, or what do they call it? I can't even remember the place. Just out of Wagga anyway. So yeah, I'll get into trouble for that. So yeah, but you can have him, I suppose. But yeah, what did you call it? The thing. It's called the Murray River. It's a big thing, Jackie. You've got to realise this. So.
No, there's an. They will be disgusted that we can't think of where it is. On the just out, somebody surely will write in down the bottom of where they first started from.
Yeah,
the Jacks.
You're in Quinny. You're in Quinny.
Somebody save me.
It's you're in Quinny.
You're in Quinty. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they reckon it's got one of the best bakeries going. They tell me so.
That's right. Yes, the Urine Quinty Bakery for sure. We've all had a pie there before, or a custard slice or something like that.
The Johnson boys might have told me that, and I reckon they'd have a fair form line on what goes good in a bakery, but we'll be careful because I will get into trouble there. So.
Exactly.
I don't mind getting in trouble. Just your two mares on the night. I Keep Smiling, just been terrific. I mean, she was so good last year winning that race. It was I'm going to get in trouble, 1:49. Oh, I should have had it written down. Was it quicker than that, actually? 1:49.9.
Yeah. That's what she did it in. So yeah, that was such a huge buzz, and everything she's done this season has just been, great for us. And it's so exciting, being a breeder. We bred her, and now we're racing her, and it's very, very cool, very cool. And I've actually we did an ET on her last year, so was today we actually scanned the recip mare, and our foal there is still growing away. So that's super exciting, something to look forward to.
I'd imagine that's a nervous and exciting scan in one, would it not?
When we scan them, well, we were going through just checking for placentitis, which is what all the stud people do, just to check their brood mares through and make sure that the foals are progressing as they should be and that there's no infection anywhere. And so her recip mare came through, and it was like, oh, that's so good, to pop your arm in and know that the foal's there and then it's healthy as well.
Yep, the highs and lows of breeding, of course, it can change that way.
Oh, yeah, they certainly can.
I've got a comment. Oh, here we go. Joe Pace, my sophisticated lady, Mac 3, gentle anvil, infold of betters delight in the winter woolly sale. Oh, Joey's getting in early. Behave yourself, Joey. We'll get to that in a sec. Jack's got some pretty exciting news on that. The other horse, Jackie, this is a horse that's flying under the radar as well. It's got a 52.8 next to her name though, but Libby Lou, the Fitzpatricks, are doing an awesome job with this horse for you.
Oh, they are. Libby, we should have actually sold her at the yearling sale, but she got hurt on the truck on the way down, and so we I guess we had to keep her. And Blake and Lisa came to me at the sale and said, I want to look at that filling I saw. She's not here. Oh, we'll go over and have a look at her at the vets. And I said, no, that's not fair to the horse. And then I just said to them all, look, I'm going to need a trainer. It looks like I'm going to need a trainer. And so when she was broken in with Mark Hewitt, and then I rang Blake and I said, do you remember we had this conversation, and, would you have room for her? So it just worked out really well. And Blake's got a really good handle on Libby, and I think Zara even drives her a little bit at home as well. So, they've done a terrific job with her.
She is an absolute revelation, Zara, at the minute. It's so exciting. I was saying there before, we're on Jet Watch tonight because of Bathurst, but because he's on 96 winners in 10 months. It's just ridiculous that. But
crazy, isn't it? But then again, Paul, you'd sort of expect that. He's a young boy. Lived and breathed it, and it's in his genes. And then to come out and just go like that, it's the young people in our sport. They, if they're going to really knuckle in and have a go, they can be successful.
Yep, but they're great adverts for the sport. We need more young people, and we've got these two young kids that are just carving it up in New South Wales. Zara came on, she got a bit cheeky. She got on one of my shows the other night with Greg Sugars, and so she's going to have an interview with me at Menangle. She's been already warmed up for that, so I'm looking forward to catching up with her and just having a bit of a chat. So my daughter has only met her once and struck a really nice friendship, so it's good to see these young kids doing so well.
Oh, lovely. They're both very grounded as well. You know, grounded individuals and just decent human beings. You know, makes you feel really proud that they're the young faces that are going to come through to promote our industry. That's for sure.
Yeah, you say about grounding. I was giggling, not necessarily at Jet, but just the probably the reality, I suppose, if you like, of the Turnbull way. Like he would have seen this story on him, and they make sure he doesn't get ahead of himself. He gets into the first race and he's retired. I'm not saying for any minute they tried to retire him, but it's almost like Turnbull law. Don't get ahead of yourself, or we'll bring you back a peg. And I think Amanda beat Nathan, and then Jet's not finished the course. So the way it works,
Yeah.
it can
Yep.
it can happen that way.
It's such a leveling when you're out there on the track. It's a great leveler. Everybody's on exactly the same level.
Yep. This night for yourself, as I said, the John Gibson Memorial New South Wales Oaks means a lot to Success Stud and yourself and Mum over the journey to be a part of it. I know last year I spoke to you when it was a 3-day event, three weekend, I suppose. Carnival. And it means so much to you guys to be a part of it and have a race like this named in honour of your father.
It's very, very special, and part of with the for us and for the other breeders, I think too, because it's held in May, so stud season's over and we can actually come down to the night and not have to go to the yearling sale the next day, even though it's great and when it's busy time, but just for this one we can really enjoy it and just have a little bit of a think about it. And what it actually does mean to us with Dad, like he's a breeder for a long time of the horses, and he loved the fillies races, and he loved to see them, go through the ranks and so on. So just for that, it is very, very special. That's for sure.
Yeah, just Jet Watt, she ran third in the second, so I don't think he's going to get his 100 up tonight, but it'd be nice if it could happen while I was going to. A recap of the sales, Jackie, for yourself in Sydney. A little while ago, probably not as long ago as I think, but it seems like it was moons ago. But yourself and the farm, you would have been wrapped with the how it all ended up.
Yeah, absolutely. For us, for our little farm, we did have a really good sale, and it was great to see the young horses go through and into really good hands as well, which is super important. Especially when you're trying to get your young mares, young brood mares established, they've got to go to good trainers and just be offered every opportunity. So we were really pleased, and we got some good prices for some new season stallions with the Captain Crunch and the Better's Wish, and we were delighted, and a couple of our clients, they picked up really nice money as well. Wayne Loader, he got 100,000 for his Make Mine Heaven filly. She was a lovely style of filly. She's gone to New Zealand, which is quite a buzz for us to see. Selling back to New Zealand instead of them, us going over there. So maybe that's a new trend, going to start to come through. So that was terrific. And yeah, we were really, really pleased. And Alex Smith, he got some beautiful money for a lovely colt of his out of I Better Fly, a Captain Crunch colt. So he was really stamped with a racehorse look about him. So and he's gone down to Victoria. So no, it was great. And just on the farm now, we've just finished weaning our stock. Todd Day, who works with us, he had me under the pump fairly much. We did 18 in 1 week, and because I said to him, Toddy, we did the first little group, and I said, now don't let me go crazy and think that we're going to pull off another 2 groups and fill the yearling barn. And he goes, no, I'll just make sure. And anyway, we got through the first lot really easily, and he said, oh, come on, we can do it. So we did, and I can tell you what, it was like a full-on yearling prep.
But they're done now. It's a nervous time sometimes with the weanlings.
Yeah, absolutely, but they're done and they're in their groups, and they're looking really, really well, and they've settled, and we've got a couple of nannies in there with them, so it's terrific, and it makes you feel so proud, when you go through, and you think that you get to the end of the cycle when you've done yearling sale, but you don't really, because you've got to then wean the foals that you've got on the ground. So it's and it's exciting to look through and see what we've got for next year.
Yep, and you and Jocko are probably looking at Queensland or somewhere like that for a week or two, but we'll worry about that. Jocko's probably looking forward to the bike as well. So,
Yes, yeah. No, holiday not too far away.
the Winter Woolies for Nutrien is open now and open through to the 6th of February. I am going to touch base with Mark Barton, but I'm actually going to touch base with yourself because unfortunately part of the sales that does happen, you said there before about Libby Lou, and the unfortunate things that can happen from time to time. Lot 28 in this year's Nutrien Equine sale was the Captain Treacherous colt out of Makes Every Sense, and it was a cracking colt. He was a beautiful horse to look at. You were very, very excited. And unfortunately, what was once a dirty word happened. The OCDs happened, and what is it, about a week before the sales?
Yeah, it was actually two weeks, and it really hurt. You know, you go out and you're nearly there. You're nearly loading on the truck, and it was just one of those things. So I had to just accept it, even though it was pretty hard at the time. And so we've had it operated on, and there was no way I could get him there to the sale in a big bandage or anything like that, and not fair to the horse either.
Or the people buying him as well.
Well, that's right, because, they after any sort of surgery like that, you've got to wait a period of time to let everything settle down and just let the horse get over it all. So, we decided that, he had to come out of the sale, and then once the dust settled a little bit, I thought, we've got the Winter Woolies sale coming up, so I'll pop him in there, and because we are commercial sellers, I do keep the odd filly, but to keep a colt, well, he's now a gelding, is not really in the business plan. So anyway, he will be offered for sale.
Did he have OCD surgery and a gelding at the same time?
No. We had the surgery done on his hock, and it wasn't until about a week after the sale after the yearling sale that we came home, and when the dust is settled and you've cleared away, the bits and pieces from that, and then we thought, right, well, we'll geld him now, and then he'll have time to get over that as well as his other bits and pieces. So yeah, he's already gelded, so he's ready to go.
A lot of the X's are down and they don't have to worry about the OCDs because they've been removed. That's him on screen now. I'm not going to say he was lot 28. Now, anyone watching this, please, he's not lot 28 in the upcoming Winter Woolies sale. That was what lot number he was. If you want to look at his pedigree page on the Nutrien website, that was just gone in the Sydney sale. But this is him trotting up along the side. Beautiful colt. He was a lovely colt when we saw him out in the paddock. He hasn't gone backwards, that's for sure, Jackie.
No, it didn't faze him at all, and he handled being in the stable, for the 2 weeks post surgery really well, and then he was just out in the little stallion yard and stitches out and went from there. And we probably could have left him as a colt, but they're just easier to handle and manage when they're geldings, just for us. And he's now in the paddock with 2 other geldings as well. So, he's becoming a horse again because he went through the full prep. So just lets him sort of forget about that and grow a bit more and so on. But yeah, you guys saw him right from a foal all the way through, and I had a lot of people who followed him through. So yeah, we'll just hopefully he'll sell.
Yep, absolutely. So he's by Captain Treacherous out of Makes Every Sense. If you go and pick up the hard copy, if you've got one of the copies there and you go to lot 28, a little bit of an important update here to this horse. Of course, she's had, this is her third foal. Her second foal is only a 2-year-old. So the first one was Lochinvale Lorenzo. Excuse me for one sec. I have a niggle in my throat. But the second horse was an unraced Captain Crunch filly, I think. Yeah, of course it was a filly.
Yeah.
Known as Kima.
Kima.
Yeah, so it might be a little bit of red type if you like. It won't have the same pedigree page. His pedigree page is going to look a lot more impressive as well after that. Of course, then out of Scent, just a ripping family, two dams to the page. It's herself Makes Every Sense for $326,000 in stakes. So it's an unbelievable opportunity for someone to buy a beautifully bred gelding, through the Winter Woolies sale.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, people are welcome to come and look at him on farm, and I've got all the veterinary reports and everything there that they need to have a look at. And he is just a beautiful big horse. He was lovely from a foal all the way through and didn't miss a beat, all through this bit of a hiccup for him. And yeah, so hopefully he'll go into good hands.
Yep, it's exciting. You enjoyed the Winter Woolies sale. You sold Quite a few. You actually sold the mother of Libby Lou, Liberty Bell. Oh, what? You help me out, Jack.
Liberty Bell mid-through.
Thank you.
Yeah, she went. She actually went back to Perth. Cody Charles brought her, and I think he had we had her in Folded Better Swish, and he had a lovely brown filly which he offered. It's for sale. Oh, just the series just gone. So, we have done very well out of the Winter Woolies, and we're going to have a couple of other mares in it this year. I think it's, we've got a couple of mares that we've had, 3 or 4 foals out of, or we've brought from someone else, and it just, I like to see the turnover, and just to give you something, new and fresh to come into your stable, and particularly if you're going to keep a filly out of the mare as well, you can sometimes let that mare go if you've kept a younger filly through it. But the thoroughbred people are very big on changing their mares over every couple of years, and it's I do like to see it happen.
Yeah, I know Craig Judd. They believe in it as well, so it's a bit of a commonplace. And you talk of those guys, they sold the mother of We Walk by Faith. I think she'd had 3 foals. When he came over here from Brooke Hammond's got him in. The mother of that in Tasmania. So, yeah, really great opportunity.
Yeah.
And it gives people like Brooke an opportunity to start to be a player in the breeding industry. They want to be more involved in it. They want to get some nice mares. It's a great way to get involved. They're not over the hill. They're not finished. It's just from your business sense, it's a time to move them on.
Yeah, exactly. And it's and sometimes you're just looking for a change, or I have another mare that's in there, and I just haven't had any luck with her.
Yep.
And that's not to say that the next person who gets her, everything would just turn out perfectly for them. But just for me, it just hasn't worked for one reason or another. So, and she's got a lovely pedigree and a nice big roomy mare, so that there's no reason why she won't work for someone else.
I know someone, they wanted a colt, and they ended up selling the mare. They had 6 fillies, and all they wanted was a colt, and they sold it in foal to, I think, betters actually. I'm trying to think of who the horse was. And sure enough, colt. Beautiful colt.
Colt, yep.
Murphy's Law.
Murphy's Law,
It can happen, that's for sure.
Yeah, it certainly can, but it's the Winter Woolies, and you can get just about everything on there. I think there'll probably be weanlings and mares in foals and dry mares, and geldings, yearling geldings, and so on. So it's it's certainly worth having a good look through, and the photos will all be up there, and I'm sure you can go to most places and inspect what's there if it's in close proximity to you.
Yep, and it closes. Oh, I didn't keep that one. Unbelievable. There it is. It's easy to find.
It's got to be soon. Is it the 5th of May or something?
No, 6th of May. 6th of May. So
6th of May. Right.
And then the sale, they've changed the sale. They keep evolving it. So it's only a 3-day sale now. It'll start Monday the 3rd and finishes on the 5th, Wednesday the 5th, which is really cool, actually. It's between the office hours, so I think that's pretty exciting as well.
Yeah, that's really good. Like people can just keep a handle on that of during the course of the day, and it's and I like that it doesn't drag on for too long. I like it that it's now short and sharp. Yep. I think that's great.
That's going to be
like if people go through there and with the big pink night that's on the night before, there could be some major updates in the pedigrees that are of those horses that are could be offered.
Yep, exactly. No, it is indeed. I was just looking then. It's a Wednesday night. And it's going to make On Loose Lines a massive show that night. I'll be horse. I might have to get myself a seat again.
I think so. You'll be just crazy.
I got rid of the seat.
Or crazier.
I'm trying to get rid of the belly, so I'm doing a lot more standing up. So I've decided, because I found myself, you watch yourself back on videos and you're like, look at you, you're slumming. No wonder you got no tummy. The other way, got a big tummy because of that. But that's random. It's okay, Jackie. I do go a little bit random. I'll never get as random as what we did in a pre-recorded interview with you ever again. I can promise you that much. I reckon Mark Barton's listening right now and he's saying, please don't, and I won't.
He'll be saying, don't go there, Paulie, don't go there.
It was very, very random. Jackie, thank you for coming on. Thank you for promoting this beautiful night, Pacing for Pink this Saturday night at Menangle. If you are there and can be, want to go, need an excuse to go to the race. It's just go and you know, celebrate the lady drivers of our industry. It's there for that reason. So it's a great cause, but it is, yeah, pacing for pink. But it's a brilliant night of racing with the ladyship pace. Sorry, the Queen Elizabeth II. Sorry, Jackie. Sorry.
That's it. And you know, one that we haven't spoken about has been the pink bonnet as well.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
that's on. We just nearly missed that one.
Sorry.
And it, you know,
Yep.
but it's so great to see the horses coming through. You know, we've got the fillies, the 2-year-olds, the 3-year-olds, and then the open mares. It's for breeders. It's really, really great to see them all there. And I know, you know, a number of people that are into the breeding and, you know, into the stud side. You know, this night is one of the biggest, you know, on the calendar.
It's a quality race. Fran Fitzpatrick, Cheryl McDowell, Pink Bonnet won last year by the champion mare Luxa Turner. So
yeah. Well, wouldn't that be great if she can come out and you know do the next step?
Anyone wondering about horses in harness race? We get so many negative people in this world, and we get them in all forms of the world. There's no problems there. But she's had 17 starts, that mare, and $455,000 in stakes. I mean, yeah.
That's incredible, isn't it? Just incredible.
Yep, absolutely. So it's pretty exciting for those guys going forward. So, Jackie, thank you. Really appreciate you coming on, and congratulations to Menangle. I get you on from time to time because I think we need different voices out there, and Wano's too busy running, whether he's running from dogs or what he's running.
Well, you just know that I'll never be out there running, so you're pretty safe on that bet for sure.
Jocko won't even, but Jocko could be on a bike. But yeah, I don't know how he rides those hills. Grant and I were talking about that when we left your place last time. There's some pretty good hills out the side of your place, I must say. But that's okay.
And he loves the hills. He's a real climber in the sport, and yeah, he just loves the hills. And he goes over to Jugyeong, you know, towards Harden and through there. And they're I don't know what sort of pitch they're on out there, but it's incredible. You know what he does, and then comes back and tells me all about it. And it's just like, oh my God. I can't even think about that. It makes me, you know, nearly hyperventilate.
It's good for you. I've got to get back on the bike. I've got to start doing a few things, but that's all good. Jackie, thank you. I look forward to catching you on Saturday night at Menangle.
Absolutely, Paulie. Yeah, it'll be great. And if people can, you know, come out, if weather's fine, the markets are going to be on as well.
Yep.
So it'll be market night, which is always, you know, terrific. And then, you know, if you're staying over on the Sunday, you can always go to Club Menangle that's there and go and have a yummy lunch before you head off home.
5:24 is the first, and it's not a late night because I did look at that. 10 o'clock is the last race. So,
it's only 10 o'clock. Yeah, so it's but we've got to be there early with all our pink bits and pieces on. You know, our clothes. You got something pink to wear?
Yeah.
You got a pink cap amongst all of those caps that are there?
Jessica was on. I've got the this is a Miracle Mile one. I think I got the old Miracle Mile one somewhere here as well. I have to reshuffle all the hats around a bit actually. I've got a bit going on there. I'm expecting a pink one. I'm sure she's come up with something. She may not have, but go from there.
If this Jess will be on it, she will have something there special for you, no doubt.
I do have the pink sunglasses. I actually purchased these at Shepparton last week, so I'm actually going to Shepparton on the Sunday, and I'll touch on that in a minute. But it is a massive time. But yeah, there is plenty of merchandise. If anyone wants to buy any merchandise to help with the pacing for pink, actually I've got it right here, just go to jojubisaddlery.com.au. They are survivors of breast cancer as well, and been affected by breast cancer, so please support them. Follow the links, go to the harness section, and you'll be able to get any of the clothing that is there as well. So everything from bucket hats, beanies, which we need down here as well, vest, polos, the whole box and dice. So there is plenty going on there. So support those people too as well. Jojubi Saddlery, I believe they're New South Wales. Donna Castles has got them, so I'm not 100% sure if you know where they are at all, Jackie. But yeah, anyway, make sure people support those. You can buy all the gear online and go from there.
Absolutely.
Jackie.
Absolutely. Yep. Get amongst it. Thanks so much, Paul.
No, thank you.
And I look forward to seeing you on Saturday night.
Yep, and we'll touch probably on that colt as well, or gelding, sorry. Better keep that in mind as well. But that makes every sense. Captain Treacherous, now gelding, who missed out on the Sydney sales. Look up his pedigree page. It was lot 28 in the Nutrient catalogues for this year. and you'll be able to see it there. But don't forget, there's a major important update with Kima. What a stellar
With Kima, yep.
what a little filly
That's
she's going to be, or not a little filly. So yeah, got a little bit of
big,
a little bit of sass like the name actually. So yeah,
exactly. Very special indeed.
absolutely, Jackie. Thank you. Talk to you all night. I better not do that. Thank you very much for coming on, and I will see you Saturday night.
Absolutely. Thanks, Paul. Have a great night. Bye now.
There's Jackie Gibson, just been on there for a little while, but yeah, great to Club Menangle are doing an awesome job. And yep, anyone wondering with the hat why I am wearing this one, not that Garrard's don't sponsor me, but they are great supporters of harness racing, full stop. But yeah, this is a Miracle Mile hat for this year, and it's a red number, and I'm half expecting a pink number as well. We're going to start doing a few things with the hats as well. So as I said, this is a good dolphin one. I actually might change. So they're actually made by the same place. That one's a bit small. I do have a big bonce, but yeah, this is a Harness Life one. So it's a program that the guys at Harness Racing New Zealand actually get behind. So it's a website making life a bit more fun. And yeah, they got into the Peaky Blinders, if you like. Hats, there's plenty of them around. They're very, very well made, and definitely a lot better than my last week's number, which I'm not going to put on. Amazing how many people can do a screenshot when they have to. So go from there. Actually, Joe, you'd look pretty good in one of these. I might have to try and get you one. Actually, if Emily's watching, haven't seen them on here for a while, but if she's there, I might have to get her to have one there for you, Joe. Pick up your phone in a second, mate. Although, maybe not. My phone might have froze. No, we're away. Right, Joe, you can pick up your phone. You're not going to get your name up, unfortunately. Well, you can get your name up, but I can't give your face up for a second. But we'll just see. Joe will answer. This is what this show can do. There's no hassles there at all. He will answer. Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm good, Paulie. What's happening?
You do know you're live, don't you?
Yes.
Very, very good. Because Brett Coffey had a bad slip. I'm tipping you could nearly keep up with him with one of those slips. So I better just clarify that we are live. You got cheeky in a great way. That's what this platform is about. But you are selling a horse in the Winter Woolies sale.
Yeah, Paul. Look, I've probably got 3 or 4 to go into the winter woolly sales, yeah, my sophisticated lady out of by Mac 3 out of Gentle Anvil.
Yep.
And she's a sister to Big Boss.
Yeah.
And she's got a Bettor's Delight.
Involved with Bettor's Delight
at the moment.
So anyway,
yeah, and she's involved to the Bettor's Delight.
So she's a half sister to the Big Boss. The Big Boss was by
Big Boss.
He was by Bettor's Delight. So you can buy a mare in foal. You'll have a 3/4 of the Big Boss, winner of the Nutrient Classic last year. So that's a pretty exciting start for anyone there as well. Of course, these aren't out yet. Are you excited about this, Joe? Something a bit different for you, an online platform?
Yeah, Paul. Look, I did try and give the breeding a bit of a go, yeah, and I had to go to the sales, nutrient sales, and I had to bring him back home, and they didn't sell. So I thought that I'll sort of get rid of a couple of mares. I want to keep Rock and Roll Chapel and Diamond Party, and they've got both 150 beside their names, so. I'll just keep those two and breed out of them, and probably take one to the sales and keep one for myself, or vice versa. Yeah.
Yep, and just see how it goes that way. It's interesting. Like just talking to Jackie just then, and as I said, Craig Judd as well. When people see a mare for sale, they automatically think, oh, they just want to get rid of them, and that. But it's actually not that. It's just right at the minute, it doesn't suit you. It doesn't suit where you're at. With Jackie and then they've got a few fillies probably out of some of those mares. Liberty Bell Midfrew, that mare, I think there's one. Oh yeah, Libby Lou is out of that horse. So it's had 14 starts, 4 wins. It's by Sweet Lou. So she's got that next line coming through, and it just gives opportunity for other people to get involved. So it's a bit of a no-brainer.
Yeah, that's it. And look, like you know yourself, I took American Idol Rock and Roll Chapel Philly to the sales this year, and it didn't sell. So, well, not unfortunately, but Rita Burnett's breaking her in at the moment, and after that she'll be coming home, and I'll give her another prep and go and press forward with her and try myself. So, sort of stuck with another couple of fillies. And things. So I thought, well, I better get rid of a few broodmares and see what's in the pipeline after that.
No, very good, mate. Well, we'll once the the finalisation of them, because the winter willies, I didn't do this one. I get frustrated with myself, Joe. I get a bit busy. Actually, one of the reasons I didn't get this done was one Mark Barton. He does things to me at the last minute. He doesn't understand. Don't ring me at 5:45. He rings me there. Trent Mason. We were talking about you just a little bit earlier because he bought one of Jackie Gibson's horses and took it back to New Zealand, and he also bought one of Robbo's as well. So he bought the high-priced filly. So hello to you, Trent, and hopefully I'll catch up with you again shortly. But the Winter Woolies starts Monday the 3rd of June, and the sale will complete on the 5th of June, Wednesday the 5th of June. So that's going to make on loose lines either long or short. I'm not sure how that's going to work on a Wednesday. We'll worry about that. That's a little way away at the minute. But nominations are still open until, actually I had it up there, but it's coming across the ticker at the bottom, until the 6th of May. So nominations are still open until next week. But we want people to nominate. There's some great nominations, including, and there's some quality horses. Like I said, Jackie Gibson just then, that gelding now by Captain Treacherous out of Makes Every Sense. That might have made you sit up in the seat a little bit, Joe, when you saw that one. You might have said, oh, I don't need to be buying more, but I might be.
Paul, you know yourself, I just bought three yearlings from New Zealand, and I ended up with another 2 fillies that I didn't sell in the yearling sales, and
you're made of money. You don't worry about those things. You can still afford to have those coffin nails, so you're not going too bad. Don't you worry about that. So,
hey, Paulie, I need those things, yeah.
You knew you were in for trouble. I'll have to try. You don't have a Peaky Blinder hat at all? I've got quite a few of them. I don't know where my best one is. The best one's a Regan Todd, and unfortunately, it might be in my bag. Might be in my suitcase. Regan Todd, he got an outstanding one, but they get them from New Zealand, and they're beautifully made. Anyone wanting to know where they come from, they are from Withers and Co. Merchandise and patronage. Apparel, merchandise and apparel. But they're beautiful hats. The only thing wrong with this little one here, this is a really nice hat, very sleek. Bit small for someone with a big bonce like myself, mate, but that happens. You don't worry about those things.
That's all right. It fits snugly.
It does. Very snugly. Gives me a headache. How's everything else going while I got you on the phone?
Yeah, good, Paul. Good. Harry Stamper. Well, I've got just a little sip. He's racing on Saturday. Harry Stamper's had 3 trials, so he's ready to race. He's going great guns. Very happy with him. And Supreme Dominator, he's had 3 trials. And he's going well. He's standing up very well. His legs are quite good. So he'll probably have an. I'm sort of toying with the idea of giving him another trial or start him in another fortnight's time.
Yep. All right. So what's the plans with Harry?
Well, there's a he'll have a couple of starts here, and I think.
Queensland?
In June. I think June. No, June. There's heats and final at Menangle worth 50,000.
Ah, not going to Queensland.
Right.
You might go to Queensland after that.
And well, look, I've got to sit down. I've got to sit down with the owner, and we'll talk more about that and things. But you never know. You never know.
I got Adrian Pace on. I love throwing you under the bus. Of course, you do have the one claim to the fame. When I got the Barristock behind me, you were officially the slowest. And man, I'm in all sorts of trouble now. Carl Marshall's partner, Sophie Jeffries, was so happy to see you go so slow, because you were the slowest harnesser upper going around, and everyone tells me I'm not allowed to let you forget that, so I won't let you forget that. That's for sure. So,
hey Paul, I was competing against a 21-year-old or 22-year-old, and I'm 53. So
mate,
so
you're still at last.
I don't think I'll be eligible for the Battle of the Clangers anymore.
Yeah, well, I've got a new competition coming up next year, so this year later on in the through the winter months. We might have to go around the slower ones for you. He's even slower now. Even slower now. Adrian's come up with. He's even got slower now. So he's not missing you. Joe, thank you for coming on. Won't be the last time I chat to you, mate. We'll go from there. I'll try and get you one of these Peaky Blinders if I can, and go from there. You're a hat hoarder, I reckon. I'd love to see your. At least people do get to see mine. I've got to revamp all this area up the back, and then I can change my cameras a little bit. We're changing the new studio up, but the hats are still staying. They're coming back. I'm not.
I'll tell you what we do, Paul. I'll get mine up on the wall, and we'll have a little competitions, and we'll see. Are
you sure you want to do that?
Oh, no, not really. I haven't got a wall big enough, but
to put them up.
Yeah.
I'm doing a quick head count. I've got close to 100 here in front of me. So.
I'm not probably that far behind you, Paul.
Right. That might be one of our winter challenges. Show us your hat collection. See who's got the most hats.
Put it this way. Put it this way. We can swap. We can exchange hats.
Yeah, we could do that. Hey, we could do that. A hat change. Hey, you'll have something. What's your most random thing that you've collected over the journey of harness racing? Something that, and it can be something that won't mean much to anyone else, but it might mean something to you.
Well, I'll tell you a little. I'll tell you something. Adrian used to collect. You know the days of Moonee Valley, how you have to have those tickets to get it
Yep.
right. He's got a whole heap of them, and he won't throw away. He's got a whole heap of them, and he won't throw away. He's been collecting them since he was probably 3 or 4. Yeah.
Yep.
And his mother was going to throw them away, and he won't let his mother throw them away.
Yeah. Just quickly, mate. I'm on Jet Stanley watch as well. 100 winners for a young man. He's only been driving for 10 months. He's got 96 at the minute. I have mozzed him. I thought it'd be right. We'll be able to celebrate it live on the show. He's got no chance. He's had 2/3 tonight and did not finish the course and all that. But that's just ridiculous. I know, he's got a great family behind him and they support him and put him on as many drives as they can. He's still got to drive the winners. That's unbelievable, isn't it? A 16-year-old kid who's going to be 100+ winners, very shortly.
Yeah, look, that's a very good achievement, yeah. In especially in harness racing, where look, you get a lot of owners and trainers, or owners and drivers, and that drive themselves, to achieve that within the first 10 months. That's brilliant.
He'll join the same club as me. That's my club. You know that, don't you? The 100 plus club. Do you know? I tell people this. Do you know how many winners I've driven, Dre?
I think you're doing probably. No, hang on. I think you're 99. I think you're sitting on 99.
No. I'm 101. I drove 101.
101.
Once I found that out, I was like, right, that's it. I'm done. I'm happy. I was thinking about giving it up anyway. Get a bit hot out on the track. It's not good for me media when I go out driving. You can attest to that. We both might suffer a little bit of hot under the helmet.
Hey, Paulie, we rubbed wheels a few times, you and me.
I think we pointed fingers, didn't we? I think I think we got a bit red in the face a few times. So anyway, that's all good. That's fair. That's all fair in love and war. But that's what the sport's about. It's meant to be fun. People take it too serious.
Oh, look, Paul. When you go out there, it's challenging, and you're out there to win. And look, and it gets personal. What happens on the track stays on the track. And when you get off the track, you're all mates and having a drink together and a laugh. So, look, I driven against Darren, my brother Darren, and my cousin Ray, and even against Adrian. Yeah. So, and we've taken each other legs, or we come off the track and we're having a go at each other. It's just one of those things, you know. You're sort of passionate for it, and if you once you lose your passion, that's when you're going to give up driving. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean I enjoy this side of it and having a little bit of fun. Darren, of course, drove Winchester Arms for. Unfortunately, no longer with me, a great mate Roddy Case many moons ago. So some of the great highlights of that. So mate, thank you. Really appreciate you coming on unannounced. I do appreciate that, and I'll no doubt catch up with you. And good luck with the 4 horses. We'll talk. I might even get you on the night when they're going under the hammer and go from there because. I imagine you're going to be pretty nervous when it's happening, so it'll be a bit of fun. We'll see how you'll be sucking back those nails pretty quick as well. So yeah, see, there's one going down the tube now. All right, mate. There's nothing worse than a reformed smoker. You should know that. All right, mate.
Oh, I know. Hey, they're the worst. They always say that they're the worst, isn't it?
Yep, I'm definitely one of the worst, but that's okay. All right, mate. Thank you very much.
All right, Paulie. Catch you, buddy.
And good luck with those horses in the Winter Woolies.
No worries, mate. Appreciate it, bud. Thanks.
Joe Pace there. That's what happens on this show. We get a bit random from time to time and get the message out there. Better get hold of me, mate, Mark Barton. He, I don't think he'll mind actually because he had a bit going on. Hopefully be able to get him on very quickly. He might be too busy now. You never know. So no, he is there.
Hello, you've contacted Mark Barton.
He's not there. He sends me this text message. I'll call you in 5. That's his go-to default text message when it rings. I'll call you in 5 is what he actually goes up with. As you can see there, I've changed the screen. But we'll get rid of that just for the minute. We better get rid of that one too, but I need to change that name there to Mark Barton. But yeah, plenty happening. Don't forget that this Saturday night is, of course, Pacing for Pink in New South Wales, but it is also Pacing for Pink on the Sunday in...
Mark Barton.
Going from there. Are you there, mate? No, you're not there now. You're there.
Yeah, I am, mate.
No, you're there now. I had to push another button, but that's okay. Firstly, thank you very much for joining me.
No, good on you, mate. Sorry, I just had to hang up on another phone.
Oh, at least I did laugh when you sent me that through. I thought I bought you a bit of time because Joe Pace was on. Great to see Joe selling 4 horses in the Winter Woolies. That was unscripted, that part. I didn't know that. He put that on there and some quality horses too, mate.
Yeah, look, we did. And look, we had a couple of nice ones. I know we talked about his... I think you and I both talked about that interesting tinting cross that we had in the yearling sale this year.
Yep, so he's got that as well.
Yeah, no, it's a nice filly too, mate.
You're going to have to turn that audio off that you've got on somewhere because that's going to bug your head hearing yourself talking back to yourself because I can hear it somewhere.
No, I haven't got you on. I'm only in the office with it just on the speaker on my phone at the minute.
Yeah, I can hear myself coming back. No, not now. It's all good. Doesn't matter. It'll be fine. Rightio. So the Winter Woolies are, they're not open. The sale itself is not online as we speak, but it will be very, very shortly. The nominations close on the 6th of May, which is what day, Bardo? Wednesday, is it? Tuesday, Wednesday next week?
Yeah, the 6th of May will be Monday.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's our plan, mate. We want to just get those in, and then that gives us a month before the sale's on itself. It gives us time for the pedigrees to be done up, and get it out there and make sure people know about it. But I think if we look at it at the moment, as of now, there's about 80 entries in the book. Like they're not all complete, but we've got a number of nice horses in there, mate, already.
And some great vendors too, and some new vendors and some vendors coming back. It's got a little bit of everything, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has, and I think that's always the thing. There's something. I think we always say that there's something for everyone, but there is, whether it's a ready to race horse or a weanling or maybe a late yearling. There's always a reason why they don't always get to our main yearling sales, mate. So it's it's always good. And look, we've seen some really nice horses sold through there over the last couple of years that have gone on and been quite useful to people.
I had Jackie on just there before, of course, with Pacing for Pink on Saturday night at Menangle. She's got the Jack Gibson Memorial is on there as well, the Oaks. But we're just talking to her. She's actually got a colt in there that was lot 28. That's him there on the screen in the Sydney sales, unfortunately, had to get pulled out for OCDs. He's actually now a gelding, so he's no longer a colt.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I was going to say he has been gelded, that fella now. He's out to make every sense.
Yes, that's right. And there's a major update to that also, because once Bathurst was on, of course, Kima being a three-quarter to this gelding, three-quarter sister. Of course, I think she won 2 or 3. I should actually look her up to make it sound better. But, so some pretty important updates. But, I mean, that colt was going to be a standout colt in the Sydney sale anyway. It was going to be one of the high-end horses that are going to create a lot of attention. That's how serious this Winner-Woolly sale is. And Jackie really embraces the sale. She sold Liberty Bell Midfruit through it. And she quite enjoys it. She likes the sale, doesn't she?
Oh, look, and look, with that, I'm going back in my memory bank, but I reckon that horse might have gone over to the west, to Western Australia.
To the Charleses. Yep. I might sound smart, but Jackie just told me that just before on the show, so I'm not actually that smart. So, but yeah.
No, what I was going to say is we've had Galthorne, we've had horses go to Tasmania, we've had them go to WA from their stable. I think we talked about it. We had a really nice yearling in the Tasmanian sale that came out of the as a result of the Winner-Woolly sale there. I reckon it was a Burwood horse there a couple of years ago, broodmare, and that resulting foal ended up topping the sale.
Yeah, and it was by Franco Nelson.
Yeah.
Was it by Franco Nelson? No.
Yeah, I reckon, and I was even thinking it was a Tall Dark Stranger there too. It might have been a result of one of those sales too. So anyhow, look, the point being that there's been some good opportunities come out of the sale, mate.
Oh, and Ben Sutter are logged on there now, and Jackie and I touched on it as well. They're doing the same thing, moving some of these mares on. Craig's not worried, but they sold the mother of We Walk by Faith in the Winner-Woolly sale because of that same reason, to move the mares on and place them in a where someone else they for whether they don't think they're going to be commercial. Or they give people the opportunity, but that doesn't mean they're giving away horses that are no good, that's for sure.
No, look, and same thing, you've got Regal Farm, there's some nice horses coming through from out of their stable. There's quite a number in there again, just wanting to get back to move some. They're all positive tested mares, so you've got good opportunities there, and I think that's the really important part of these. You get an opportunity as people do keep moving. And we've got Darren Parker got a terrific draft of horses in there again this time.
Bruce and Jamie, that's right. They've got and they're not all finalised, those horses, but I do know they try to move quite a few of the weanlings on, and they're trying to embrace that side of things. So I would imagine there's going to be an opportunity for both broodmares and probably weanlings coming through. The opportunity for people to be able to buy a horse at a cheaper price than what they would pay for them at a yearling sale, simply because they're 12 months younger.
Yeah, correct. Absolutely.
And be able to... sorry?
No, what I was going to say is it gives you time to... You can talk to the vendors. You can even still get out and actually make an appointment, go and have a look at those horses on farm before the sale's on too. You don't have to just look at what's on the screen. That's people know you do a run if there's half a dozen horses of interest. I know some of the people that have actually looked to buy a weanling or two, they've jumped in the car and gone and looked at these horses, and then used the sales platform for the sale to actually do the business to do this, to buy the horse.
Yep, and again, they're not $2,000 and $3,000 horses. There are horses that will sell for 3 figures through this sale. The horse of Kath McIntosh's, they purchased. It was the one that went through the sale this year. That was their investment as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that was in the same. That was the Euroby dispersal.
Oh, sorry, that wasn't Winner-Woolly's. No, sorry.
Yeah, no, but it was exactly the same concept. But we in that case, because we had the number, we planned an open day, and it was a chance for people to go and view them first, then bid on them online. And I think in this case the same. Like you look at some of those vendors with multiple lots. It's not a bad opportunity to go and duck into the farm and see what's there. And if they're there, they'll probably show you some other horses getting set for next year's yearling sale already. I know the breeders, they love having people come in and have a look at what they're up to.
It's actually that Captain Treacherous colt. I think this is like the 4th time I've seen him. I remember you and I seen him as a foal. Jackie wanted to show him as a foal.
Yep.
And then we saw him beforehand, and then now he's back again. Alex Hurley's come on. She's got Sierra Gem nominated. She's from the same maternal family as Fake Left, so thank you very much for patronising us, Alex. And I think Alex has been on both sides. She's... I don't know if she sold before, but I definitely know she's purchased before, and she says she won't do it. But I think she gets caught up in the emotion sometimes.
I think that's we sort of bank on that a little bit. You hope that someone does see something that they see some value in, mate, because it's always fun to see some of the ones that come back and they say, oh, look, you remember I bought it out of Winter Woolies, and then you see you've got weanlings in the yearlings in the next yearling sale, so it's a good outcome.
Are you wrapped at how this has worked, Bardo? And I say worked because I believe it has worked. I think it's a great opportunity for people, and you stuck fat with it. You tried a couple of the others that probably didn't work for whatever reason. But are you wrapped at how this one's been able to get off the ground?
Look, I think it's a business is about having the confidence to try something, but not having the arrogance to just keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. I think fail fast. If it doesn't work, don't do it. And this one certainly seems to be, the one where someone saw your clearance rates aren't always that high, but it's a place where people can list them, and they can go in and actually try and they can flick through. Last year we probably was spoiled with choice. There were a couple of 100 lots I think there last year, and traditionally it's more like your 100 to 120 or 30, and we've, like I say, there's 80 in the book now, and I do know of a couple of stables that haven't put horses in yet that intend to over this next week. But I like it. It's an easy way for people to buy because of the fact that everyone's remote. It does take a fair few phone calls, like people, back and forth trying to negotiate on the past in lots, and people do like to pick over the bones of a sale a bit, which is what we've been doing the last couple of weeks post Melbourne. We've sold, we've done nearly another $300,000 worth of sales since the fall of the last hammer. So it's part of the business. It's probably the part that makes it. I guess where you earn your keep. But it's a service. It's also a great way to. There's people that we've done our first transaction with, either buy or sell through the Winter Woolies, that we've gone on to either buy or sell through our feature yearling sales, which is part of building relationships.
No, absolutely. Toddy Matthews, hello to you. Toddy, I haven't caught up with you for a while. Alex Hurley, Tiara Stride was from the first Winter Woolies sale. She's in foal to Dancing in the Dark. You've got to put the M on the end or you'll get into trouble, Hurls with the curls. So Dancing in the Dark M, and the foal will be for sale in a couple of years. So it looks like you'll be able to sell that horse as well, Bardo. So that's how it can work. Yeah. This complete circle going round and round.
Look, I think it's like we've looked at what we've done with sales this year and where the markets have been at, and we've talked about it a long time. I think now is that you'll see, less. There'll be less foals for sale next year, and there'll be less again the year after.
Yep.
The people that get in, and I think it's an opportunity time that you can actually buy well-bred, particularly some of these broodmares that are preg-tested in foal. You've got well-bred horses that you look at when that crop comes along. We could be down 20%.
Yep.
In foal crop to what we were last year, for example. So you're buying a pregnancy now. In 3 years' time, or 2 years' time, when we come to actually sell those yearlings, don't be surprised if we might have actually got through the bottom of the breeding cycle where there's less choice, and the horses that are well bred or well grown, they're going to actually meet with good demand, because we don't want to have too many less breeders in the market. Particularly, you look at the contraction in New South Wales.
Yep.
I think there's a big opportunity in New South Wales, particularly.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. I think, and there's a lot of people working around to try and change that and move it up, but the last couple of years have said that there is a decline and we need to change that. So it is an opportunity. And Joe Pace on there just before, you've got an opportunity of buying a 3/4 brother or sister to the big boss. Like the mare's in foal, positively tested in foal. You've got to wait probably 4 or 5 months and you're going to have a foal on the ground. And as you say, you could be playing in a much smaller pool next year, in that actual year.
Oh, and there's your other point, mate. you look at a lot of these horses won't make. They'll often get reserved at not much more or at service fee.
Yep.
And not only that, if you look at your return, like you've got to, there's 6 months of work already gone into these horses. By the time you take delivery, it's 5 and 6 months of the work's been done, and so you're 2/3 of the way through their gestation, and you've got a reasonably safe bet. Well, one thing, all these horses, the pregnant mares, will be preg-tested prior to sale.
Yep.
Interesting one to talk about. At the fall of the hammer, a purchaser has the right to notify us within 3 days if they'd like to retest the horse on farm. We're asking the vendors to test within a fortnight, so within 14 days of sale date.
Yep.
But because you take delivery from the vendor, our terms might be slightly different, say, to some of the online sales, but you certainly have the right to have the horse retested.
Yep.
But it's got to be done on the vendor's property prior to delivery.
And within 3 days.
Notify us within 3 days and have to have the test done within 7.
So that actually works in with the sale finishing on a Wednesday. Of course, you've got Thursday, Friday, so you've still got plenty of time, and Saturday, to be able to get people to log on there as well. To do that and get a result back.
Yeah. So if they say, "Oh, look, I want to have the mare tested again," they've got till the end of the week to let us know they want to do it. So we notify that vendor, and they've got that they can use the vet of their choice. But like I say, a lot of people are happy if it's within 14 days. They'll take that for what it is. But I think that's just important that people do know we're trying to make sure that you've got maximum buyer confidence when they bid on these horses.
No. Bardo, thank you. Always appreciate it. We'll be doing more talks on this going through. You're off to the Toowoomba Supreme sale. Weather looks a lot warmer, probably just as dry, but it definitely looks a lot warmer up there than what it is down here in sunny Victoria, that's for sure.
Mate, I spoke to a couple of fellas up there today, and there's first day camp drafting's on. There's also the Gold Buckle at Willinga Park, the $200,000 one down the south coast. It's on this week as well. So it's a busy time in the performance horse market. But again, it's interesting where things are at. We're at all-time highs with breeding in the performance horse market, and we've gone from 300 to 400 there this year. So it's our biggest yearling broodmare and written sale we've had at Toowoomba. So it'll be it started Wednesday instead of Thursday this year with competition, but we'll sell Friday, Saturday, Sunday there this week, and then actually catching up on Monday with the guys at Albion Park and a number of the key vendors up there in sunny Queensland or around Toowoomba, just having a plan for next year's yearling sales at the Creek.
Yep, going forward. Always exciting, never stops. Mark, thank you.
No, it doesn't.
How'd you go with the irrigation? How'd you go with the pipes? Did you get them all sorted or not?
Mate, we've got them all sorted. I've got the 11-year-old Jackaroo. Cooper helped me get that done. So we've got, there should be water. It doesn't rain here at the moment, mate. So we're trying to get some water on a paddock that we can get some pasture in, so we can hopefully, I've got crop in dry, but the pasture, I just like a little bit of moisture before we put it in the ground.
No, it's a bit scary for everyone actually. So yeah, but I like having a bit of fun on this show. Get in touch with Mark Barton and Gemma Smallman. The phone numbers go across there. Go to Winner Woolies. Don't go to Winner Woolies. Go to nutrienequine.com.au for that, or go to Nutrient Equine Standardbred on the Facebook page, and you'll be able to find some of the links there as well to get in touch. Bardo, thank you very much, mate.
Good on you, Paul. No, appreciate your time, mate. Thank you.
Mark Barton there from Nutrient Equine, and get in touch with any of those and the Winter Woolies. And as I said, the sale that's still open for nominations until the 6th of May, and then the sale commences 3rd of June, Monday the 3rd of June, and ceases on the 5th of June. That will be a Winter Woolies, on Loose Lines, Winter Woolies Mayhem, I would imagine that one. I might have to get someone in to help me. Might get a couple of people in. I'll just see how we go. Got plenty of time to sort that one out. What did I say? The 5th of June. We'll see how we go, because it is a lot of fun watching the things going off as well. Righto, do not forget, this Sunday is Pacing for Pink. Of course, they've got their silent auction. You'll see down the bottom there, they've got a service fee to Sky Valley and Ultimate Machete. I can say Pastor Stephen's Lower Long Farms have come on board. There's also a service fee to Pastor Stephen available there on the silent auction. Plus, I think there's a couple other things. So make sure you go to the Pacing for Pink website to get involved with more of those and get the message out there. My friends at NZB, Darren Pace, hello to you. The NZB Weanling sale is in Karaka this May 23rd with 106 weanlings going under the hammer. And that one there is it. 106 weanlings and 2 yearlings will be up for sale. Of course, Artie by the Seaside, who's just set everyone alight in Western Australia, is of course a graduate. You can see them there. Better Zip It, Mantra Blue, Maestro, Sinbad, Dave Dooley, Kiss, and Ultimate Racy Girl, who I think is racing this week. All graduates of that sale, but of course horses like My Hard Copy, or Hard Copy, depending on which side of the ditch you're on. Copy That. The other one just escaped. Oh, Majestuoso. All pinhook champions in that, and they are. Get in touch with the team at nzbstandardbred.co.nz. And
NZB Air Freight's experience in flying horses around the world spans over 55 years. Whether you're flying your horse from Sydney or Melbourne to Hong Kong, Singapore or further afield, we offer unrivaled services and expertise. Our reputation for safety, reliability and superior horse handling has seen NZB Air Freight become the partner of choice for some of the best racehorses in the world. NZB Air Freight, for first-class service at economy rates.
Continued support of the team at NZB and of course NZB Air Freight. So if you're thinking about purchasing a weanling, get in touch with the guys at NZB Air Freight. There's going to be some rebranding, I believe, happening prior to that. We'll actually get a new video, but yeah, make sure you support them. These guys support me as well and do amazing jobs. That's about all I've got. The museum at Bendigo has opened. Make sure your next Bendigo meeting you can get there and have a look and see how that is going. It's great. I've been there. It's terrific. It's a celebration of the past with the collectibles, so we want to make sure we can get that message out there. Young Jets Turnbull, he's not going to be happy with me because I decided I'd do this tonight, and I reckon I've mozzed the poor kid because he's had 2/3 just going into Bathurst while we have a quick look. There's no timeline on this show as ever. No, the next race hasn't been run. Yes, it has. It just hasn't refreshed, or it mightn't have updated in time. Sometimes what it does do. We can have a look on here. It doesn't matter. He's not going to crack the ton now because he doesn't have enough opportunities left in the night. He could end up at 99 though if he keeps going. We're not going to keep going ourselves for that far. Of course, he won't be allowed to drive in that race. Oh, yeah, he is. Okay, so Western Region Championships. He's allowed to drive in that one, Amanda. Yeah, no, he's not even looking like getting warm at the minute tonight, poor old Jet. But that happens. That happens. It's an amazing achievement by a young man in the industry. Don't forget Sunday Pacing for Pink. Get there if you can to Shepparton. Let's have a look. If I finish too early, I'll have to do some work with the girls. So the Shepparton meeting is up. We've got 11 races. The first race is at 12:35. We'll go to there and be able to bring that up. Why is that not coming up? It is there. There it is. Got it up. So the first race is at 12:35, and it will be a long day, but it's, as I said, plenty of fun. Don't forget the pony trots as well. Going through, look at the size of the fields. Been a real change of things here in Victoria. It's great to see big fields. Big fields create big turnover. Big turnover creates more betting. We need more betting in this industry. So we need these. So yeah, amazing sized fields. Last race at 6:15. They're kidding me. The lights will be on. It'll be cold, but I'll be there. I'll have some fun and enjoy it. And please, if you can be there, get along and enjoy it and have a little bit of fun as well. Thank you to everyone. Better get back onto that there.
NZB Air Freight's experience in flight.
Happen. Got to remember to turn those things off. Getting better at this, but I'm sort of getting worse at it as well. Don't forget all your people. Go to barrowstockhorse.com. Great supporters of Campbell's comments as well, and they're going terrific. They've got the big sign at the back. I've got a core flute coming for Nutrien. I also believe there's a Woodland Stud one coming as well. So don't forget the team at Woodland Stud are selling 41 weanlings, get in touch with Mark Hughes, Cam Grant, Stacey Markham for all your information there. Contact the team at woodlandstud.co.nz. And of course, Erastus Trotters, great supporters of Campbell's Comments, continuing to breed excellence in the world of trotting. Headed up by Just Believe, and because he goes around on Friday night, so good luck to the connections with Just Believe. And it was great to have Greg on Monday. A lot of fun. Talking Trotters, we'll continue to do that as well. We'll continue to evolve it and get more and more people on. Thanks to everyone who has tuned in. I've done the Winter Woolies. Yep, I'll put that one back up there for a sec. Oh, what have I done there? Not sure what I've done. But anyway, that'll work. So thank you to everyone who has tuned in, had a bit of fun on Loose Lines. We'll be back next week, Wednesday, 6 o'clock. Days are getting a bit darker, so we'll be back then. And yeah, really appreciate it. Just don't take it too seriously. The show's just about having fun, getting some of the messaging out there for sales companies and people. If you want to get involved, get in touch with me. If you want to get some messaging out there, do that as well. More than happy to. And yep, really appreciate it. And I will see all of you guys next week, 6 o'clock for On Loose Lines.